mYiAbomb has some of his own up his sleeve.
Alright. Into game 2. I couldn't realize, like, I heard the beeping sound, but I got no confirmation in terms of, like, where we were on the countdown. The starboard is, like, right over the countdown timer.
Well, they are going to be spawning cross. I like this. This is going to prompt potentially a bit more macro style.
No.
And I'm very interested to see what these guys can show us in this game. As we were saying just before the game in the lobby, mYiAbomb saying warm-up game doesn't count. But yeah, as we were saying in the lobby, this is a huge map, and cross spawn just makes it all the much larger.
Up here in the top left-hand corner of the map, it is mYiAbomb. Sponsorship from TT Esports. He will be our red Protoss.
And his opponent spawning in the bottom right is going to be the yellow Protoss mYiAbomb playing for mYinsanity. Thanks for doing that. I totally forgot to intro the players.
That's no problem.
This is like the only casting event I've had listed for a while, so it's my warm-up cast.
Yeah, it was mYiAbomb's warm-up game, so apparently you get one. mYiAbomb was actually all okay and good with that.
Naturally. Good guy, mYiAbomb.
Yeah, I'd feel like he'd go with anything. Just play along.
Sounds about right.
Gateways down for both of our players. I'm actually kind of interested. We see this dichotomy of, like, regular tech builds that you generally see in PvP and just extremely early gateways into really fast mothership core aggression, coupled with stalkers, like off of 2 or 3 gateways. We've seen pretty much just tech choices here from both of our players thus far.
Speaking of mothership core aggression, I'm not sure how he feels about this in PvP, but I know that in PvZ, mYiAbomb really likes his mothership core aggression. It's something that makes me very sad a lot of the time. But PvT too, it can come into play. Anything to try and keep your opponent's marine count down, so that any kind of follow-up, whether you're doing a 1-base push or like a 2-base timing, off of like 5 or 6 gateways, it really ends up helping having that mothership core down there. Maybe pick off a couple SCVs depending on the map layout if you can sneak your mothership core in behind the mineral line and still have a way for it to get out without dying, because it's still 100 gas that you're investing early game. You really do not want to lose it for just a handful of marines or so. And I think that's a lot. That 100 gas investment, of course, is another reason why a lot of players actually. The mothership core early game is still very, very viable, as we were just saying. But a lot of people have sort of phased it out of their super early game. They're not rushing for the mothership core every game. And like we saw mYiAbomb in the last game, I don't think he even got a mothership core in that game. But obviously, it is a very, very powerful unit to have on hand. Both players do now know where their opponents are. Did mYiAbomb get into the base?
Yeah, both scouted actually.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see. It looks like this is actually the second gas might have been a fake. Oh, and he does actually put additional workers on it right now. Thinking he would go with some 2-gate stalker pressure, which is something we see all the freaking time in Wings of Liberty.
And guess what we have coming up from mYiAbomb, Mr. Panda?
Yeah, another Stargate. I think it actually may be Skype that's lagging the audio. We'll restart the call on for this.
Oh, is audio lagging?
Yeah, a little bit.
Ooh. Alright, well, I'm very interested to see how mYiAbomb deals with it this time around. This may be the same build. We're up to 3 gateways already from mYiAbomb. No, never mind, that's only 2 gateways. No, 3 gateways, yep.
A third one goes down. It was just preempted, man.
Yeah, yep. But this may well be the same build, and I'll be interested to see if mYiAbomb changes up the way he tries to defend this aggression. There will be aggression coming out of mYiAbomb, almost definitely. mYiAbomb going for the same Nexus timing here, so... Oh no, this is a little bit later, but...
Oh, the mothership core actually will not see this probe and will not deny it from scouting his own expansion. mYiAbomb, again, after seeing this, might actually commit to a 1-base play instead of expanding off of this. Obviously, he does have 3 gates up already. But this Lone Sentry, as well as this Phoenix Soul, deny this from doing any much more than a light contain.
On the other hand, of course, mYiAbomb has 3 gateways. mYiAbomb as well does have 3 gateways up at this point, and he did get those gateways significantly earlier than last game.
Yeah.
So, almost loses the sentry there, but good micro from mYiAbomb, saving that unit. Taking a look at the worker count right now, it's 25 to 26, very, very even.
I mean, White Raw at this point, though, he only has 2 Phoenix and a Stalker really to defend. That Sentry doesn't quite have enough energy to force field, so it's pretty much useless. These Stalkers should be able to keep the Mothership Core alive. But again, it is very weak.
Very low.
Yeah.
Now, we have seven Stalkers already out and gets a Sentry as well, so he will be able to use Guardian Shield on this to sort of try to counteract the Guardian Shield of White Raw if that's what he decides to go for. We have a Twilight Council on the way up from mYiAbomb as well.
White Raw did actually get a pylon in his opponent's base, and is now setting 3 Zealots in here to warp in. Oh, Mothership Core actually recalled.
Yeah, nice use of the recall ability there. He will lose this Sentry, so that's a nice 100 gas little kill off for White Raw.
Oh, and almost a Stalker.
Yeah, so close. How much health does that thing actually have? 3 health remaining on that. We did see 3 workers go down there for White Raw. For mYiAbomb, rather. Not the biggest of deals, though. The bigger thing is not the workers killed. The bigger thing is that the contain on White Raw is now broken. So White Raw can't now move out with these units, and he is going to be able to pick off this pylon. Phoenix is getting in good position as well, and Dark Shrine coming up for mYiAbomb. White Raw's actually really hard supply blocked, though, so he can't make any units for a little while at least.
Yeah, and Robo is becoming less and less common as a staple tech path here in the beginning of the game, so is there...
The Phoenixes will see the Dark Shrine, though. And with that, he should go for a Robo follow-up here.
Yeah.
Or just try to go kill mYiAbomb before the DTs are out. But
that's also an option. He has a fair amount of Phoenix at this point. If you draw your opponent's Stalkers back into the main base, I mean, we saw that push work very well from White Raw last game.
White Raw's been doing pretty well with the harass. He's killed off 6 workers, but the big problem for him is that he's still down by 7 workers, and he's down a base as well. And with that Photon Overcharge, there's almost enough energy for it, so Photon Overcharge is going to make it very difficult to break this front, especially with so many units here, including 2 sentries.
Yeah. A Stalker of mYiAbombs is looking to snipe the Robe, and he will get it. That's worthwhile, especially if you can end up picking off that pylon at some point in the near future.
White Raw posturing outside the base. Oh, forces a Photon Overcharge, though, and Photon Overcharge does last for quite a while.
It's 60 seconds,
I think. It hasn't done anything yet. So... Phoenix is moving into the main here. Are there DTs warping in? Yes, there's 1 DT warping in, and he is just going to run on over. Is he going to...
If he snipes the pylon...
He's actually going to the base. He's rallying it around, going towards White Raw's base with that DT. I like that decision.
White Raw is getting a Mothership Core, and that does have the ability to detect cloak units. I think it costs 50 energy. However, the probes are actually going uncontested here in his opponent's main base.
Yeah, mYiAbomb is doing nothing to hold up these Phoenixes, and they're up to 14 kills at this point, and there's still quite a bit of energy left for 2 or 3 more snipes. mYiAbomb is still up in workers, though, and that's an important thing to note. And this DT harass, I'm not sure if White Raw saw that or not, but...
I was actually hold positioning it there at the Nexus.
I do like that decision here. He will delay that for a while, but the Mothership Core is going to get in, and it does have Envision already, only costs 50 energy, so he will be able to utilize that immediately, and down will go that DT. Now, this has been a pretty even game so far, but the big thing here is that White Raw has, he's only down by 9 supply. Those are all workers, though, so he's down by about 8 workers, and until that Nexus is complete, mYiAbomb still has the potential for double worker production, so he can get even farther ahead in worker count here. And mYiAbomb also has the Twilight Council already up, so his Blink is on the way, and while White Raw has it forged down, he's not going for upgrades yet, so he's not really getting ahead in any way at this point, so he's chronoing probes out, trying to catch up in economy, but he's got to make something happen at some point. He is moving forward to these Phoenixes once again. He's up to 7 of them, and they can do quite a bit of damage, but...
We do have a few hallucinated Phoenix going into White Raw's main base as a scouting mechanism, and keep in mind, in Heart of the Swarm, hallucination is free. You don't have to research it. It still does cost 100 energy, though, so... is to be used sparingly. However, these Phoenix are actually netting themselves with a couple Stalker kills.
Only 1 Phoenix has gone down thus far, and he may get a couple more. 2 of them are very low. The Photon Overcharge will kill 1 more. But overall, a nice trade there for White Raw, up to 20 worker kills. But he's still down by 14 workers here.
Yeah. And this is really going to hurt when mYiAbomb does eventually decide to
but this is actually really nice by White Raw. He is going to be able to pick off 2 sentries and just get out. I kind of would have liked to see him go for the Mothership Core, but there are Stalkers there, and he doesn't want to risk it. Those Phoenixes are just too valuable, and mYiAbomb is going to take a 3rd.
Yeah, he's posturing to do so. He's been saving up minerals for quite a while, not opting to warp in. say that, and he gets a Stalker and 2 more gateways. Alright. Guess he changed his mind.
He still has the probe sitting there, so
That's true.
we have an excuse. He is going to be going up to a total of 7 gateways by the looks of it. And the Phoenixes are outside the natural. They will be able to fly on in now, and the Mothership Core is it's defended by a little bit, but he is going to lose a couple probes here. He's actually oversaturated in the gas, so if he loses 1 on the gas, that'll actually help him. But no, doesn't opt to kill anything on the gas. And this is something you don't see every day. mYiAbomb went for a forge significantly earlier than A-Bomb, and he hasn't even started upgrades, whereas A-Bomb is halfway to +1.
It's true. He wanted to get a cannon for defense against the DTs, but he has so much gas right now that I think that it would not hurt him to start at +1.
He is going to go Colossi at this point by the looks of it. Robo-Bay on the way up. That can, of course, be used for... Oh, there's a proxy Nexus going down from A-Bomb. Do you know what this means, Panda?
I know what this means.
Charge time. mYiAbomb scouts it with the Phoenixes. He can't be happy with this because his army's just not big enough to really move out here. The only thing keeping him alive is the potential to photon overcharge his own Nexus. So he really can't deny this at this point. And now we know why A-Bomb didn't throw down a third of his own, because he decided to go for
This is awesome.
This is something I have seen before, and I think he's even done this against mYiAbomb before as well, in one of the games that Husky cast. And it looks like he is going to be going for a bit of an engagement there, but he has...
warping in a couple more Dark Templar.
Well, that's really not the case. Envision is not being used at the moment by the look... Oh, no, it does have detection, but...
And the Mothership Core did go down in this. However, Blink is just going to be so useful in this engagement.
Yeah, mYiAbomb, he has that 1 Immortal, but once that gets taken down, he should lose this engagement by the looks of it. Blink doing quite a good job. The ground army of mYiAbomb is...
Nexus was unfortunately cancelled.
Yeah, he does cancel the Nexus because, of course, Mothership Core is gone. There's really no point to have the Nexus there if he doesn't have a Mothership Core for Photon Overcharge. Gets the cannon there, though, and with the cannon being sniped, in come the DTs, and there's no detection here because Mothership Core has also gone down.
And the Observer was actually sniped as well. I did not see that.
That I didn't see either. The Mothership Core over mYiAbomb's natural, not really going to be able to do anything because there's just so much stuff barreling down the front here. mYiAbomb's down to it's the GG. A-Bomb pulling it back to a 1-1 scoreline with some almost special tactics of his own.
Yeah.